Hi guys, it's Nancy. Welcome back to my channel. And here I have the new Spellbinders Hexi Gems release. Now you have seen pieces of this release if you were purchasing the Glimmer kit. They had like a Glimmer introduction class and then an advanced class. So a lot of these pieces are part of that. But if you didn't get to take advantage of that, let me tell you what the pieces are. So the first one is the Hexi Gem Blooms. So this is a glimmer plate, and of course Spellbinders provided the die to cut it out, which again I love, but it's got some fun florals and some greenery in there. Then we have the Glimmer Hexi Gem. So you can see it's kind of diamond shaped, but then you know, it's just like a mixture here. So that is a solid plate in this Hexi Gem shape. Then we have the dies to cut that out. So these are the Hexi Gem essential dies, and there's quite a few of those as are layering dies. We're going to use some of those. And then the sentiments, which I love, are called the Hexi Gem sentiments. And here's the cool part. They come with these banner dies. So you literally hot foil these, and it's again, a classic font. Happy birthday, thinking of you, love you more, thanks so much, with sympathy, sending a note, hello friend, and get well wishes and congratulations. So your essential sentiments there, essential Hexi Gem sentiments. And after you hot foil them, you're going to be able to banner cut them. So you can see how perfectly that fits. So again, I love, love, love Spellbinders being creative, thinking outside the box, and giving us these banner sentiments. You don't have to use them with these hot foil plates. You probably already have a lot of hot foil plates as well, but this is a combo and I love that. Okay, so I'm going to do something a little different today for my foiling. I am using some Sparkle Magenta Glimmer Foil, but I've switched it up. A lot of you guys have asked me, can I use these hot foil plates in other foiling machines? So this is not the Glimmer. I normally reach for the Glimmer, but this is the Gemini foil press. Okay, so if you have a Gemini or Gemini Junior or Gemini 2 die cutting machine, you cannot use the Glimmer foiling system. You have to get this as your foiling system. Now, I will tell you, I prefer the Glimmer for one primary reason, and that is, you will see as I am foiling, this plate warps. And as this warps, we don't get even foiling. Now, I do have it on medium because these foils do transfer at medium, but let's see how we do here today. But I wanted to show you, yes, this will work. These will work in other foiling machines, and the foils work in other foiling machines. I know that the hot foil plates and foils for this machine are very difficult to find. So if you have the machine, you can use it. I'm just going to move this up higher because I can already see the warping starting, and it's just kind of curls up, which is slightly annoying. All right, and then for paper today, I brought in some of the brushed white cardstock, which is a pearlescent white. I thought that would be pretty. So we're going to put our hot foil plate down. We're going to put our foil on top of that, and then we're going to use our brushed white cardstock from Spellbinders right over top of that. I have it on medium heat. I'm just going to give this another moment to warm up, and then I'm going to set the timer to, let's say, 23 seconds, because this is a medium size hot foil plate. Normally you would have that plate on there and heat it up, and then what I'll do is just a second, I will hit the timer, and we'll count down the 23 seconds, and then I have to run that through my Gemini Junior off camera, okay? But primary reason here was a lot of you guys asked, can we use these products in other hot foil machines? Absolutely you can, but if you have a Platinum, a Big Shot, a Big Kick, a Switch, a Vagabond, and you are looking to purchase a hot foil system, I'm going to recommend the Glimmer because it just works better, especially with the Platinum. They're made for each other. This warping plate is very annoying. It's something they should correct. They have not corrected it. And so to me, it's a waste of money if you have to keep buying new platforms. So this used to be my favorite, but it is no longer so because of this one issue. All right, so we're going to do the countdown here. We're just going to hit the start button, and you'll see the timer counts down. Now, the difference between this machine and the Glimmer machine is, besides you have to use the specific die cutting machine with this one. So if you don't have a Gemini or Gemini Junior, or you cannot use this system. So again, the Glimmer, I think, is a more versatile system. This has a countdown for you. The Glimmer has that 60-second blinking light. That's the only difference. Okay, so now I'm going to run this off camera into my die cutting machine here, the Gemini Junior. Okay, and just like with any other hot foiling system, we want to let that cool down before we reveal it. Okay, and I'm going to remove this plate. There is a die to cut everything out. I'll worry about that in a second. I'm going to go to the Glimmer Hexi Gem, the full solid plate here. Again, going to put that towards the top, so hopefully we can get a full impression here. And I'm going to tell you guys, one of the secrets to success with Glimmer foiling, if you have been watching some of the bigger influencers and wondering, how do they get perfect foiling every time? A lot of them are using this Glimmer Spellbinders specialty cardstock, which is basically like Yupo paper, especially when you are doing these solid images. So let me cut a piece of this. You want it to be as hot as you can get it. And as long as you can have it on there, and as much pressure on the solid plates, okay? Because these solid plates have more surface area. So what we're going to do is, we have this beautiful image foiled here. Let's reveal it. Perfect. Okay, so now I have one card front. I can decide to cut that out or leave it alone. And now I want to use this in negative foil, right? So this is where this Hexi Gem comes into place, because I have this beautiful design. So I can now place this over the Hexi Gem how I want it to look. And I'm going to use that Glimmer specialty paper and line that up. And we're going to give that the same few moments, and then we'll count that down. In the meantime, I can decide to cut this out and layer it. Let's make the die the right way. If you wanted to, I'm not going to. I like the way that it looks, so I think what we'll do is just foil some sentiments and slap a sentiment on here, and that one will be done. You can color it if you want to, but I think it looks really pretty with that magenta sparkle, so I don't need to do any coloring here. Let's do our countdown on our solid plate here. And then we'll see how that foils, and then we'll put a quick card together. So again, if you are struggling with your hot foiling, especially with those solid plates, try the Spellbinders Glimmer Tea Specialty cardstock. This comes in 10 pages or 25 pages, and they're 8.5 by 11 sheets, so they will last you a little while. Okay, that's done. We're going to run that through our die cutting system. And I'm actually going to grab another piece of that cardstock so that we can foil our sentiments, because we want flawless sentiments too. So all right, so I'm going to give that a second to cool down. I'm going to remove my Hexi Gem here. I just like saying Hexi Gem. I think it sounds neat. Okay, I'm going to put my sentiments on here, and we're going to cut another piece of foil. We're just going to use the same color. Going to cover that up, and the same piece of Yupo specialty, Glimmer specialty paper. And we're going to give that just a second. Now my machine is red, so I need to wait for this to turn green. It will beep at me before I hit that timer. So it's just telling me it's not quite warm enough yet. let's reveal this guy here. And look at that beautiful, perfectly foiled. This is now waste foil. We can throw this out. So we got 2 pieces out of 1 piece of foil just by using that beautiful Hexi Gem. Now, you can cut this out with the layering dies. So the florals I can cut out with this one. But this one, we have the essential Hexi Gem die. So I think I do want to cut this out. I did cut a piece out to layer it on top of. Just here, just slightly larger. I think that's the one I want to use. So I'm going to use a little bit of my perfect tape here. All right, we're going to hit start. And I am going to cut this out. Going to have a little bit of a white border, which I'm okay with. Our sentiments are done, so let's run those through. And we're just going to set this aside to cool down. Again, perfectly foiled sentiments. You could use this and foil it again, but we're going to put that aside for now. We're going to die cut these sentiments. And I'm just using my electronic die cutting machine here since we're working on all the same stuff here. You can see how beautifully that cut out. So that's ready to go. And now let's look at these sentiments. So we have the sentiments, we have the included banner die. Look at how perfectly that lines up. I want to make sure everything's in the center. And put my most perfect tape on there. I'm going to run this through. As I pull this up, you can see all those sentiments just pop right out. These are being held on with the tape. There we go. Now I have a whole bunch of sentiments that I can just grab. And so if you are having a play night and you are making a whole bunch of hot foiled backgrounds or even stamped backgrounds. Nobody says they have to be foiled. You can use stamped backgrounds with these as well. Let's see here. We should be able to put together these 2 cards fairly quickly. Card bases. So on this one, I'm going to cut down just ever so slightly to 5 1/4 by 4. Just a little bit on each side. And then I have a piece of cardstock here, which is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So that one's ready to go. And I think this one I want to cut down to 5 by 3 3/4. Ooh, I should have run that through an embossing folder. I'm going to save that. We're going to run that through an embossing folder quick. This one will just... Because this one, you're just seeing the edges. You're not seeing a whole bunch. This one. Okay. Very easy. This one, let's grab an embossing folder. I'm going to spritz it with a little water. And my sandwich is plate A. Oops. Embossing folder. And this one is the 3D folder of the month for February. It's very pretty floral images. Put that in, and then adapter plate D on top of that. Come on. That's going to get covered up. And put that on our card front. And we can put the sentiment on the outside. We can put it on the inside, wherever you want to put that. And then add some sequins, whatever you want to do. So, there we go. That is the new release from Spellbinders. It is called the Hexi Gems collection. That is my dog barking. And again, and part of that collection is the Hexi Gems Essential Dyes, the Hexi Gems Bloom, which will be the bloom and the dye, Hexi Gems Glimmer Plate, and the Hexi Gem Sentiments. You can go check everything out. I'll put the links down below for you guys. Thanks for watching and keep on foiling. Bye-bye.